Ether 321 explains a hidden message. A man was told to treasure up the things which he has seen and heard. Treasures from the Book of Mormon, page 4266 and 67, explains the seer stones of verse 23. In a modern revelation, D&C 17.1, the Lord refers to these two stones which were given to the brother of Jared as a Urim and Thummim. Then, it is important for Mahonri, now that's this Jared's brother, to know the purposes of the Lord in making a prophetic history of the world. These stones, or interpreters, given to the brother of Jared, are identical with those which were given up in the hill Cumorah by Moroni and subsequently. Turn over to Joseph Smith, D&C 17.1. In Ether 327, the sealing is, until mine own due time. Then comes Joseph Smith, and he has the exact power of these stones like a crystal ball, assuring him of the key of prophecy. You know, this kind of occult practice was practiced in Palmyra, New York. Joseph Smith's father used it, then Joseph. Google the documentation. Or go to the online streaming video. It's excellent at www.goodnewsforLDS.com/video.html and click the occult. I know this sounds crazy. But did Joseph and Brigham seek power from the devil? Mormon historians say yes. Then what did Joseph as a revelator see with his seer stones? Well, I was talking to an older man on an LDS mission and inquired what Joseph prophesied that came true. He said the Civil War. I asked if he had a Doctrine and Covenants. Well, they searched around Temple Square, but never found the Mormon scriptures. That's strange. So for LDS prophecy at its best, was this gentleman's church straight up with him about the Civil War? In 1832, South Carolina rebelled against an act of Congress to impose a tariff, and that's why President Jackson had the military on alert. That Doctrine and Covenants 87 is dated December 25th, 1832. So the Christmas news was warning about civil war. Joseph Smith's revelation was everybody's revelation. He repeated the obvious, and his prediction was shelved for 19 years. Because the Civil War was like 30 years later, April 12th, 1861. So what is this as a revelation from God? Well, just read it. The Civil War, for one thing, never became a world war. England never fought. There was no slave versus owner war. The Indian remnant never got involved. The only fighting nations was the United States, unless you want to count the Confederacy. And the super amazing worldwide signs from God never happened. The nations of the world were not annihilated. The blood of the Mormons was not somehow avenged. And it never led to the coming of the Lord. So what of Joseph Smith and his seer stones for prophetic truth? At its best, Section 87 only proves one thing. He was never a prophet of God. Friend, if you want accurate prophecy, you're forced to go to the Bible. 1 Peter 1:19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well to take heed.